leading the ESG charge, the CFO's role as change agent.
Regulatory standpoint, as well as, setting the right targets, creating measurement structures, measurement capabilities.
Companies that lead in ESG often achieve enhanced brand value, greater customer loyalty, and improved access to capital.
Hello and welcome to Beyond Numbers, Transformation in Finance and Accounting Thought Leadership Series.
Joining me in this conversation, we have Krishnan Raghunathan, also joined by Anu Chaudhary.
Krishnan, let's move on to the practical realm. What are the sort of immediate priorities that CFOs should focus on to advance their ESG agendas? And I'm wondering, how can they build a finance function that really is ESG ready?
Thanks, Simon. And learning from the experts, I think one of the most immediate priorities that CFOs are looking at is what are the right targets to follow, and that involves what kind of rating systems we are establishing, and what are the right standards and targets that they need to align themselves. And then comes the second most important aspect, is getting the organization ready to measure and report around those standards. So the data structures, data capture, and then bringing in the ability to report at the required intervals to measure against those standards and report. So those are absolute must and immediate. Then training the extended organization on the sustainability targets, why we are doing it, why it is important, what is expected of them, and helping them understand the right behavior, at the same time helping them understand what is needed of them to drive the right metrics and right behavior. And then eventually, creating a governance around this whole structure. As employees understand, targets are set, and at the same time we are having the measurement metrics, creating a governance towards achieving the targets, moving in the right direction, and continue to report and celebrate the successes as we move closer to our targets.
Anu, coming back to you, obviously compliance and transparency are at the heart of ESG credibility. So how can organizations ensure that they remain aligned with these evolving global standards? And I'm wondering as well, what about sustainability reporting? How do you craft reports that really do resonate with stakeholders?
Very pertinent question, Simon. Thank you. So, staying aligned with global standards requires a very proactive approach on behalf of the companies. They need to monitor the regulatory changes, and the regulatory environment, in fact, is so dynamic. There are, regulations which are implemented, and companies are expected to comply overnight. So what these companies need to do is work with expert partners who can provide guidance on frameworks on what's coming. There are some global standards which are pretty much universal and well aligned. So, if we talk about ISSB, IFRS S1 and S2, TCFD, SASB, GRI, now these are global standards or foundational standards, I would say, when it comes to sustainability reporting and any kind of disclosures related to ESG and climate change. So, the first thing that they must focus on is clarity and consistency. That's paramount. You need to ensure that your sustainability report is in line with your annual report or any other disclosures that you may be making publicly. So consistency, and then clarity on what you would like to achieve. You cannot have one target today and another target next year. You have to show a continual improvement. CFOs and their teams should focus on materiality. So you need to identify the ESG issues which are most relevant for the company, for your own business, and how would that contribute towards your business model and towards your stakeholders as well. Now, using a blend of quantitative data and qualitative storytelling can make these reports more engaging, more interesting. showcasing year-over-year progress around your KPIs, your material topics, setting clear future targets, and explaining the strategic rationale behind certain ESG initiatives that helps build trust. The goal is to provide stakeholders, be it your investors, employees, or customers, with a transparent narrative on how your ESG efforts translate into meaningful outcomes, rather than telling a fairy tale or a story, in your sustainability report.